Hey guys, so today we're going to do a quick little skincare video. I haven't done an updated video since, I don't even know, like 3 years, 2 years ago? It's been a long time. So, a lot has changed with my skincare routine. I was just gonna update you on it. Yeah, so let's just get started and see where we can go. See what we can do? Yeah. First thing that we're going to talk about today is going to be, I think the most important thing. That's going to be the Clarisonic. This little guy is the Clarisonic Plus. This one you can use the body brush with, but I never really do. Just because I feel like it's kind of a nuisance. And it has just the regular normal head on front of it. So I use this with my cleanser. Normally twice a day, but sometimes just at night, just depending on how much time I have. What I like about this is it just literally takes all of the makeup off this, like the face, cleans it, and you can really feel like a nice fresh skin after you're done with it. It doesn't technically like exfoliate, but I feel like it just smooths out the texture of your skin, and when you do put on makeup, it's nice and smooth. So that's why I like this little guy. I've been using it for years now. I absolutely love it, and it's a little bit expensive, but it's totally worth it. So for my cleansers, I have a couple different ones depending on how much makeup I'm wearing, how my skin feels that day, and kind of just to give myself some options. So the first one that I am using right now is going to be, let's see, let's focus, the First Aid Beauty Face Cleanser. This thing is amazing, super gentle, and it foams up like crazy. I love things that foam up on my face. I just feel like the foam makes it cleaner. Sometimes things that foam up aren't like the best for you, but I really don't mind. So using this with my Clarisonic, I just get my Clarisonic brush wet, squirt on a little bit of the First Aid Beauty cleanser, and just work that through my face, following all of the little beeps that the Clarisonic tells you to do. So that is what I would use if I wanted like a nice deep clean for my skin, like if I have a little bit more makeup on or anything like that. The next thing that I use for cleanser is going to be the MAC, you're not going to be able to see this one, but the MAC Cleanse Off Oil. This one is in Tranquil. I like the original one, I like the Tranquil one. They're both very similar in my mind. What I do with this is I love using this as my eye makeup remover. I literally squirt this directly on top of my eye makeup, let it just kind of soak in for a second, lightly massage, and then splash my face with water. The oil just breaks down all the makeup and literally pulls it all off, and you don't really have to work too hard at it. And then if I do wear like a ton of makeup that day, I just kind of saturate my face with the oil, really work it in, really break down that makeup, and then just splash with water. The Cleanse Off Oil instantly emulsifies, so that basically turns from oil into basically water, and it leaves your skin nice and hydrated, and it doesn't feel oily after you removed it with water. So I love that thing. Those are going to be the two cleansers that I use on a frequent basis, depending on how much makeup I have on that day. For the next step is going to be the Volcanic Ash Exfoliator. I absolutely love this one. What's really cool about this one is it has sugar crystals in it, and it also has volcanic ash. The volcanic ash is amazing at exfoliating. It's a smaller particle, so you don't really feel it, but after you're done, it's kind of like a microderm abrasion-ish feel. But the thing that you really feel in here is the sugar crystals. So the sugar crystals literally break down, get all of that dead skin off, and really hydrate the skin. I've talked about this before, but sugar is a natural humectant, so it's going to kind of condition and really push hydration into the skin. What I like about that is when you're exfoliating, it's drying and kind of damaging the skin, so giving yourself a little bit extra moisture while you're doing that process is amazing. So I love that little guy. I use that probably twice a week, or really depending on when I feel like I need it. And I normally exfoliate before, like during my morning routine, just so that when I do put on my makeup, it's nice and smooth for the following day. The next thing we're going to talk about are going to be masks. I have a couple different ones. The first one is going to be the Boscia. This one is going to be the Hydrating Night Mask. This is amazing. Very, very thick, very, very hydrating, obviously, because it's a hydration mask. But I do that probably 3 times a week. I just kind of mix it in with my nighttime moisturizer. It just helps your skin feel nice and smooth the next day. And where I live is really dry, so it's nice to just pack on that extra hydration. So I do that one whenever I really feel dry, or just to give myself one more kind of step throughout my skincare routine. The next little one is going to be more of a exfoliating mask. This one is from Skin Obsessions. This one is a 30% glycolic acid peel. This thing is intense. It's crazy, crazy powerful, and I wouldn't recommend starting off with a 30% glycolic unless you really knew what you're doing. This one, if you leave it on too long, can actually burn the skin, can irritate the skin and make it nice and red. But if you do it correctly, follow the directions how you're supposed to, it's just going to kind of slough off all the dead skin, really go into the pores and clean them out. For me, it feels like it always tightens my skin up a little bit, kind of makes it nice and firm. It also, just when you put on makeup the next day, it's the smoothest canvas you've ever worked with on your skin. But you really, really have to be careful with glycolic. If you're starting off with glycolic peels, I would probably start off with like a 10% up to like a 20% if you're a little bit more comfortable or your skin is a little bit more tolerant. But once you get used to glycolic, you can work yourself up to probably like a 30 or above, just depending on really what you're wanting to do. But yeah, so those are going to be the masks that I use. The next little ones are going to be serums and brighteners. The first one will be the Lightful Brightening Serum. This one is from MAC. And this one's nice because it's very lightweight, you don't really feel it. You can use it morning and night. It just gives you a nice radiant glow. I have a ton of red in my skin, and just putting on the brightening serum really takes down that redness and makes everything that you put on later, like foundations or whatever, look more even, so you don't have to use as much to cover any of the redness. This one, I believe, has 3 different kinds of seaweed extracts in there that just kind of cool and tone down any redness, and it actually promotes skin brightening the longer that you use it. So I've just been using that recently and I absolutely love that one. The next one is going to be more of a nighttime serum. This one is the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery. What is really cool about this one is that you put it on overnight and then the next morning your skin has never been so smooth or soft or like supple. It's like the coolest serum that I've ever used. Smells like roses. It has, I believe, a couple different rose extracts in there and a whole bunch of different essential oils. But I just do like one whole dropper full, really work it into my skin, like pushing it into my skin just so that I can get all of that nutrients. But yeah, I do that one probably every day. If I don't use the Lightful, I would use the Midnight Recovery for my nighttime routine. The next thing is going to be some moisturizers. First off, I use the Ultra Repair Cream. This one is ridiculous. I love the Ultra Repair Cream. I've been using this for years as well. It's like the thickest cream you could ever imagine. But what's nice about this one is that there's no added like scent to it, and there's nothing really added to it. It's just pure moisturizer. So if you're ever feeling like chapped or your skin's irritated, I would use Ultra Repair Cream. This one is like a good beginning kind of basic moisturizer. I use this all the time, like morning and night, just depending on really what my skin's kind of telling me to use. I don't need very much and it just goes all over. Underneath makeup, it's really, really pretty as well. The next one is going to be the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. This thing I love using mostly during the day because it's a little bit of a lighter consistency. It's not as hydrating as the Ultra Repair Cream, but underneath makeup this thing is phenomenal. I've said this before, but it makes your skin look so smooth and your makeup look completely flawless. Absolutely love this one. It says 24-hour hydration. I don't know if that's true or not, but my skin is never really dry, or there's never really dry patches of my skin when I use this one. But I would definitely recommend a little bit of that Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. Yeah, I don't know, I love that one. For times that my skin is like overly dry, I use an oil. I've picked up the Aveda Men oil. I wish I could say that I absolutely love this one. It's not my absolute favorite oil that I've ever used, but it does the trick for the time being. I am kind of waiting to purchase a new oil until I'm running out of this one just because it was sort of expensive. But it does the trick for me, like it just kind of hydrates and locks in moisture. I use this one on my face if I do like a peel and then I like wait a day because you can't use anything too harsh on your skin after you do a peel. But I will use this to kind of hydrate my skin and really make it kind of calm down. And then also this is like a full body oil, so if you wanted to, you could use this through like your hair, or if you have like dry elbows or anything like that, you can just kind of run it through and just kind of hydrate everything up. So I use that once in a while, not too often, just because it's not my absolute favorite thing that I have in my skincare routine, but it kind of just does the trick. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the eye cream. I am using the Fast Response Eye Cream from MAC. This one is more of a day eye cream than anything. This one is like jam-packed, there it goes, jam-packed full of caffeine and vitamins and minerals and stuff like that, just to kind of tighten and help to reduce puffiness. My eyes are so puffy in the morning that I just want to use as much as I can to really pull that back in. I don't have a night eye cream at the moment. I just ran out of my MAC Mineralize eye cream in the little jar. Wasn't the biggest fan of that one. I just felt like it was just water and it didn't really hydrate or do much of anything. So if you have any like good eye creams that you like to use, or have any ideas on what I should try out, let me know below, just because I want to try a new really good eye cream for nighttime. Yeah, so let me know about that. The last thing is sort of like skincare, but I use it all the time, and this is the Fix Plus from MAC. Sometimes I use it as a toner, sometimes I just use it throughout the day if I feel a little bit dry, just to give myself a spritz of hydration. If I was going to use it as a toner, I would throw it in before I used any of my serums and before any of my moisturizing products. I would just kind of cleanse and then spritz my face just to kind of give my skin a little bit of a buffer between steps. But obviously Fix Plus you can use whenever you really want to during the day, and it's just going to give you a little bit more of a fresh, dewy, supple look to your makeup. But I felt like I should include it just because it's my favorite thing and you guys all know that I use it all the time. So hopefully that video wasn't too long for you. Hopefully you kind of learned what I do for my skincare, because a lot of you have been asking about filming a new skincare routine. That covers all of the bases that you were kind of wanting me to cover. I will talk to all of you next week. Have a great rest of the day, and yeah, bye.